Hi, I'm Casey,
I'm Zoe, this is Winnie, and this is Mia.
and today we're going to play The Wandmaker's Apprentice. This game takes place not long after the fallout between the wise old master Wandmaker and his young, cunning, once faithful apprentice. Long story short, the apprentice kind of turned to the dark side. A real Obi-Wan and Anakin situation.
And now we come to the present, where the apprentice is now peddling dark market items and objects to people out on the street, and the Wandmaker is continuing his legacy in his shop.
And for this playthrough, we're going to be using an early prototype of the game, so you're going to see a lot of duplicate characters, whereas in the final version, there's going to be all unique characters, and then some of the components will be upgraded for the final version as well.
Same thing goes for the wand cards. They're all going to be unique, but you'll see duplicates of those as well.
Let's make some magic.
Let's make some magic.
We got the board mostly set up already, and so what you'll see here is that on this side of the board is inside the Wandmaker's shop, and this side is the street, and we already have put out the 9 customers who are going to start the game.
Yeah, so we basically already have everything set up and where it should be, but we're just going to run through a few quick things that we're going to need to set up on our own player boards to play the game.
So for the Wandmaker, you have all of your ingredients are going to start on 3. You're going to start with the elder root in the jar on the left. Each player starts with 5 coins. The Wandmaker's reputation starts on 5. And then we're both going to draw 5 cards. And so I'm going to set up the cauldron tokens, which are the bubble token and the ladle token, based on the wands that I have currently in my hand. And so what's going to happen is that the wands that are out in my wand case are going to get +1 power based on where the ladle is on top of which trait. And the wands in my wand case are going to have -1 power based on where the bubble token is within the cauldron. And so I have the wand pieces over here on the left side of the board. And so since these are double-sided, it doesn't really matter. You can set up the top pieces, the middles, and the tips however you like. But for the bases, 2 of the bases have to have 2 traits on them, like this one. And 2 of the bases have to have 1 trait on them, like this one. And you can set that up however you'd like as well.
So over here on the apprentice side, we've got the persuasion dice, which are the 6 4-sided dice I've got right here. And then we've got the Book of Fates, which is these fate tokens right here. And these things are actually going to go together with how you get them set up. So first and foremost, I'm going to roll these 6 dice. And what we're going to do is set them up over here how I want them. And my pro tip for starting out is that you're going to want as many different numbers as you can get over here in these columns or in these slots, and we'll kind of go over that why later. But anyways, I've got 2, 3, 4, 4, and then 2 extra 4s over here. And now I can set up my fate tokens. So the first one in column 1 is going to coincide with this number 1 right here, which has 2 as the dice. So this is going to go on 2. And in the next column, we've got a 3. So this is going to go on 3. 3 has 4 right here. So this is going to go on 4. And then the last column is also a 4. So that means this last spot is also going to be a 4. The reputation is going to start at 3, which is 2 lower than the Wandmaker, which makes sense because he's just a little apprentice roaming the streets. You're going to draw 5 cards, which I've already done. You're going to start with 5 coins, and then you're ready to go. All right, so what I'm going to try to do first of all is get my reputation up, because like I mentioned when we set up, it starts at 3 as the apprentice because he has no reputation. He's out on the street. He lives in an alleyway, so it's expected that he doesn't have a good reputation. So I'm going to pick a wand that has a high power and then try to find a customer that has a matching trait that is looking for a wand with a bit of lower power. And I'll tell you guys why in a second. So first and foremost, I'm going to take my apprentice and he's going to go out on the street, and we're looking at this man right here. He has a cunning trait, which is the triangle, and he is looking for a wand power of 4. So I just so happen to have this beautiful cunning traded wand right here called the Eclipse placeholder artwork, and it's got a power of 6. All right, so think of this as my little pocket that I've got inside my cloak. So I'm going to open it based on how many of these dice I want to use in order to bump up my persuasion and give myself a better chance of him accepting my wand. So I'll show you guys how that works. You can do 1, 2, 3, or 4, and each one of these little trinkets that you show coincides with the same colored 1, 2, 3, and 4 inside your cloak right here. as you can see right here, we've got our little reputation symbol. So if I were to show 3 of these dice, I would get +1 reputation. And if I show all 4 of my dice, then I'm going to get 3 reputation. So you're going to add these 2 together. So since I'm desperately trying to get reputation to start off the game, I'm going to go ahead and show all 4 of my dice. And I'm going to give myself 3 reputation for doing that. So now I'm up to 6, which is nice. And then I have this nice Eclipse wand to show to this guy over here.
And actually, one thing real quick is we forgot to do is roll the dice for the magical authorities at the beginning. And so I'm going to roll to see where she is going to start out, which is going to be on space 5. And that just means that the apprentice can't sell to the person on space 5 while the magical authorities is guarding that spot.
She's suspicious.
Yep. And so, and we can't, if she goes to the same space as the apprentice, then he's going to get caught and be in big trouble. So we'll go over that later too.
All right. And so in order to try to sell to this guy, to peddle my wand, I am going to roll this 6-sided dice right here. A 5 is an automatic loss and a 6 is an automatic win. And I can, when I roll this, in order to sell to him, whatever number this is has to match whichever dice is showing. So for instance, I have 4 dice right now that I'm going to use, which is 4 persuasion. So I have to roll either a 2, a 3, a 4, a 6 is an automatic win. And then you'll notice up here on my card, I've got a little 2 in the corner that looks like a little dice symbol. And that is going to give me a free 2 as well, which doesn't really matter in this instance because I already have a 2 out. But it can be really nice if you don't have very many dice or if it's a number that you don't even have over here, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this dice. And I got a 2. And because I have a 2 right here and a 2 right here, that means that I successfully sell this wand to this customer. And what you're going to do next is you're going to just put this right under here, set it off to the side. He's going to pay you some money. So I'm going to get 3 coins for that sale. And then this is going to happen when the Wandmaker and the Apprentice, when either one of them sells something, is there's going to be a little symbol right here that looks like a book. And that's for the Book of Fates. So this shows a 1, which means each one of these columns is going to move up 1. So 2 to a 3, 3 to 4. If it's at the top of the column, it's going to move back down. And this one is also at the top, so it's going to move back down. And then, like I said before, he's only looking for a wand with a power of 4. And I gave him a really fancy wand with a power of 6. 6 is 2 more than 4. So I'm going to get 2 extra reputation because he really likes that wand and he's going to tell everybody about it. And then once you're done with your turn as the apprentice, whichever dice you used, you're going to put them down here in your pocket. They're now gone. And if I want more persuasion dice, I'm going to have to come back to my little alleyway here and buy some more.
Yep. And then this empty customer slot won't get refilled until the next round.
And any abilities that you have on the customers that you do acquire do not get activated until the end of the round. So don't think that you're going to be doing anything with them.
That's right. Excellent turn.
Thank you.
Now, as the Wandmaker, I'm going to start by going to...
He takes his role very seriously.
Yes. I'm going to go buy some resources or gather some ingredients as my first turn here. And so with doing that, I can either get 2 ingredients for 3 coins or 4 ingredients for 5 coins. So the reason I'm going here first as well is because I'm going to try to maximize how many wands I can make in one turn. So I want to get my ingredients a little higher. The one thing about this game is like, you want your turn to be very impactful because every turn that you waste means that the opposite player has a turn to get somebody else off the board that you might want. And so you want to be careful in wasting your turns to make sure that you get the people that you want. And so I'm going to go ahead and spend 5 coins to get 4 resources. And so how I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to get 2 wood. Let's see. 1 of these, 1 dragon bone, and 1 stardust. And that's going to be a total of 4.
And you can pick any resource.
Yep, and so you can pick any of the resources, and just split up. So if I'm getting 4 resources total, it just has to add up to 4. So I got 2 wood, 1 dragon bone, and 1 stardust. Yeah, and I'm just going on which wands that I want to craft based on the wands that I have in my hand. And so since I took 1 action on my turn, it's going to go back to the apprentice.
Yeah, in this game, once you kind of get good at it, there is a little bit of a learning curve, especially I'd say with the apprentice, just with the persuasion and everything, but it does get a lot easier and a lot faster. This is very like back and forth, this game is. So next I'm going to go back here and I'm going to buy some persuasion because I have no persuasion. So I'm not even going to try to sell anything to anybody else until I get more. So I can get 1 persuasion dice for 2 coins, and so on and so forth, up to 4 persuasion dice for 5 coins. So I'm going to spend 5 coins, and I'm going to restock my 4 dice. Get that rolled here. 1, 2, and 2 3s. So that's a really nice spread. I like that. And I especially like that because I've got 2 4s over here in my reserve. So if I needed a 4, I could pay 1 reputation to swap out something. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just really nice to have a good spread of numbers. And so that would be my turn.
I'm gonna go try to make some wands here, and I've got 2 that I'd like to make in my hand. So I'm gonna see if I have enough ingredients to make them all. And so every time you go here to make a wand or craft a wand, you're going to play a wand card from your hand into the wand case. And so while you're doing that, 3 times per round, you'll have the opportunity to take a wand piece from the left side of your board and move it to the right side of your board. And so each round you can take 1 base, 1 middle, and 1 tip, but you can mix and match them. And that's how it's going to affect a few things. You're going to create your end of round bonus that way, but you're also going to affect how many ingredients that you need to use in order to play your wand card to the case. And so you kind of want to maximize like how many resources you can save by doing this, but also taking a look at what you might want to use as your end of round bonus as well. And so the first one I'm going to try to make here is the Laughing Bell. And so I need 2 wood, 2 gems, 0 dragon bone, and 2 stardust in order to make it. I'm going to go ahead and put it out here just so I can take a look at what I need. So I got plenty of ingredients up here, but I want to see what I've got down here. So I think I'm going to actually start by taking this base. Nope. I am going to take this base, and I'm going to build this base at the same time that I'm crafting that wand card. And so what this base is going to do for me, just taking a look at it, is it's got 2 traits, and we'll go over that. That's part of the end of round bonus. What you'll notice on all of these pieces is that the part of the piece that goes to the end of round bonus is at the top, and then whatever's at the bottom of each piece is affecting the card that you're playing that turn. And so if we look at this one, the stuff that affects my card that I'm playing is going to be giving it a +1 power token. So I'll go ahead and add that to the card. And then a +1 ladle movement. So I'm going to look at the ladle token in my cauldron and move it 1 trait in the cauldron. So it's going to go from the rude to the cunning trait. And so whatever icon that it moves over within the cauldron, you're going to gain that immediately. So for this time, it's gaining 1 reputation. So I'll move my reputation up 1.
And that's only the ladle.
And that's only the ladle, yep. And so if we're looking at the bubble and it moves over an icon, you won't get anything for that. And then I'm going to move this piece from the left side of my board to the right side. And I'm going to save that there for the end of round. And so for the rest of this round, I can build 2 more wand pieces, 1 middle and 1 tip. But we're going to start with just that. And then I'm going to take out the ingredients that I need to make this wand. So that's 2 wood, 2 gems, and 2 stardust. Okay, and since I can build multiple wand cards on the same turn, I'm going to want to maximize out on that so that I'm not wasting extra turns. And I'm also going to try to make the dancing Spocks. So we'll put that into the case, and then I'm going to take a look here.
That's the actual artwork.
Ah, yes, indeed. Beautiful. And I'm going to build this wand piece with this card to correlate with this card. And this one is going to let me move the ladle 2 times within the cauldron. And since it would land on the bubble here, it's actually going to move over the bubble. And this counts as 1, 2. And since it went over 3 icons in the middle between the traits, I'm going to get 2 free ingredients and 1 extra reputation. So I'll move my reputation up, and then I'm going to go ahead and immediately gain, let's do 1 gem and 1 wood. We'll place that on the right side. And then I'll spend what I need to spend to play the wand card, which is 2 wood, 1 gem.
To craft the wand card.
Yes, craft indeed, yes. And 2 dragon bone and 1 stardust. Okay, I'm going to take a quick look at my hand to see if there's any others that I'd like to play just to maximize out this turn. And I think I'm good with that. So since I've built all the wands that I want to make, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn.
All right, and so what I'm going to do for my next turn is change the fates, and that has to do with my book of fates right here. So I'm going to bring my apprentice right over here, and it's going to cost me 1 reputation and 1 coin. And so what that's going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to move each one of these fate tokens up to 2 if I want to, and that's literally up to 2. You can't move backwards. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over actually this Book of Fates really, really fast. So this first column right here, the space is on 3. So I'm looking at the customer on space 3. That's what those numbers coincide with. And then right here, we've got the points from 1 all the way up to 8. That's how many immediate bonus points you get. And so right now it's sitting on 4. And so I get 4 points. And then right here, we're looking at 1, the first dice. So the first dice has to say 1, which it does. And then we've got the second dice right here, needs to say 1, which it does not. But because I am changing the fates, I'm going to move this up just 1. And then I'm going to move this up 2 so that my points that I'm going to get, hopefully next turn, if my partner here does not screw me, is 6. So that's what I'm going to do for my turn, and we'll see what happens next turn. Hopefully I can make use of it.
I'm going to go, on my turn, I'm going to go here, and I'm actually going to discard cards and gain 3 coins per card that I discard. And so I'm going to discard 2 of my wand cards and gain 6 coins. And back to you.
That's definitely what he wanted to do, and he didn't just do that so that I could show how the Book of Fates works. Just wanted to clear the air on that one. So what's going to happen next is going to actually blow everybody's minds. So the apprentice has got his eyes on this boy over here, whose name is Klaus, which they'll all have little names. But anyways, this is Klaus, and he just so happens to be on space 3. And if we look at my Book of Fates here, we're looking at space 3. So that works. 6 points. And then I'm going to look at my 2 dice. Dice 1 has 1. Dice number 2 is a 2. And so if I successfully sell this wand to my boy Klaus over here, I am going to get 6 points right away, which would be super awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out which wand I'm going to sell to him. And he looks like somebody who would like... He looks like somebody who would like the Endless Dream. So we're going to sell this card to him right here. You'll notice that the symbol doesn't match. It's not make it or break it if the symbols don't match. And I say that because we're in the first round and there's 2 rounds in the game. And so I maybe will save this guy for the next round since the symbols don't match. But anyways, we'll go over that later. So I'm going to present the Endless Dream. And because I really, really want to sell this wand and I want to get the bonus 6 points, I'm going to show, let's see. I'm going to show 4 dice, and I'm actually going to swap a dice like I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to spend 1 reputation, and I'm going to swap this 3 with this 4 right here. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said before too, a 5 when rolling the dice is an automatic loss, and a 6 is an automatic win. Since I have 1 through 4 and 6 on this dice, the chances of me not getting this to him is going to be low, but not impossible. And because I'm showing 4 again, I'm going to get 3 more reputation points, which is really nice. And it comes down to this.
Heyo.
Which is a 1, which means I get it because it wasn't a 5. So that's awesome. So I'm going to take Klaus and set him over here. I'll come back to get his coins and everything in a second because first I want to show the Book of Fates. Everything like I mentioned earlier, because he's mine. I'm going to get 6 points right away. So I'm going to move my little tracker token right up here. And then we'll go back over here. He's going to give me 3 coins, which is really cool. And then the Book of Fates symbol is a 2. So I'm going to move those up too. And then he also wanted a wand with a power of 2. And I sold him a wand with a power of 4, which means I get more reputation, which is really nice. I'm at the top now. Who would have believed it? And there we go. That's it.
Excellent work.
Thank you. And these all move down, by the way. These move down.
All right. So I need to catch up with getting some customers here. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to sell some wands. And so I can sell multiple wands on my turn as long as I have them out in the case. And so I'm going to go ahead and start off by selling this wand to her. And so I'm going to take a look and I'm going to start off by just adjusting my reputation. And so looking at the one that I'm selling, it has a total power of 4 because I have this +1 power token on here. And she's looking for a 4, so that is actually gonna not move my reputation at all. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on top.
Because he's a reputable shop, he doesn't have to roll any persuasion dice. People will just buy his wands.
That's right. Yep. And then I'm gonna have the Apprentice move the Book of Fates 2. So each fate token is gonna move 2. And then I'm gonna gain 4 coins from her. So I'll take 5 and put 1 back. And let's see, that's all for her. So then I'm going to also sell the Dancing Sparks to this guy right here. And so I'm trying to match up the traits here as best I can. And so for this guy, it's going to move the Book of Fates 1. And reputation is the same, 4 and 4, or for the reputation, the power is the same that he's looking for, but he's going to give me 5 coins as well. All right. And then before I end my turn, I'm actually going to spend 2 reputation, which counts as a free bonus action that you can do anytime on your turn. And I'm going to spend 2 reputation to draw 1 reputation card, which is from this deck. And so these cards can give you different abilities that you can sometimes activate at any time, even your opponent's turn, or it might be something that you need to go to this space to play a card. Sometimes you'll play a card and it'll be one of these reputation cards. And sometimes they can also give your customers extra traits. And so they're good cards to collect as long as you have the reputation to spend, which you may want to save, and we'll go over that a little bit later too. And so looking at this reputation card, you can see that it's split from the top and the bottom. And so since I'm playing as the Wandmaker, the top ability is going to be the one that I'm looking at. Whatever's on the bottom doesn't matter for me.
So I'm going to do something just a little bit crazy because I've got so much reputation. I do not feel like going back and buying more persuasion dice right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoop on over to this nice man right here. And I'm going to spend 2 reputation to move both of these dice down here. Now, these dice were in my reserve, and so if I use these dice, they aren't going to come back in here. I'm not going to reset them until the beginning of next round. So these ones right here are a one-time thing each round. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And I'm gonna show this key of the 9th lock to this guy right here. And you'll notice the little 2 up here, which means that I will get a free 2 dice with this roll. And then we've got a 3 and a 4. So I can roll a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 6. So I'm going to show both of these right here. And we're going to hope we get one of those numbers or I'm going to be in big trouble. And it's a 3, and I have a 3, so that means I get it. So he's coming with me. These are going to move down here. And then let's see. He wanted a wand with 5 power, and this one is a 4, so I'm actually going to lose a reputation because it's not as strong as he wanted, but he still likes it. And then I'm going to get 4 coins for it. And then I'm also going to move my Book of Fates 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it.
All right, I'm going to go get a few more ingredients, and I'm going to pay 5 again to gain 4 ingredients. And so I'm going to get 1 extra wood. I'm just going to get 1 of everything, I think, on this time.
All right, I'm actually going to come back to my alley now after kicking over him, and we're going to get some more persuasion because we are completely out. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 5 coins in order to get 4 more dice back. Back to you.
I'm going to go over here inside the shop, and I'm actually going to spend 5 coins to draw 1 card from my personal wand deck here. And I'm hoping to get more wand cards that match with the same traits as more of the people out here. When I discarded wands before, I discarded 2 of the red crisscross, which are the rude trait, because there weren't any customers out here with that trait. And that's it.
I've been really lucky so far because there's been a lot of cunning people out, and almost all of my wand cards have had a cunning symbol on them. So I've gotten very lucky. I'm very sorry for your unfortunate circumstances.
Okay.
Anyways, so like I said earlier, you're going to want to get as many different numbers here as you can, but when you're setting them up too, I always like to look at where my Book of Fates are at and kind of go with according to that for what I'm putting in slot 1 and slot 2. Although, like we've said before and we've already done, it's going to move every time either I or Casey sell something to somebody. So the odds of it moving are pretty high, but I did it anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and try to sell something to this lovely lady right here because I can't get to Grandma because the Magical Authorities is there and we're not trying to go to jail. So I'm going to go ahead and try to sell this Phantom's Talon to her. And let's see, 3, 4, 1. I have to make sure I have enough reputation because as you can see, she's looking for something very powerful. She wants a wand of 7 and this is only 3. So this is really going to cost me if I sell it to her, but it'll be worth it. I'm going to go ahead and show 3 dice. So I'm going to gain 1 reputation. And I've got 2, 3, 4, 1 again, so the odds of me getting this are really good. So fingers crossed.
Fingers not crossed.
4, sucker. So she come with me, but I'm also going to have to pay for it. These 3 dice are going to go down to the pocket, and since I didn't use 4, it's just going to come down here to the 1 slot. And then let's see here. So she wanted a 7. This is a 3. So I'm going to lose 4 reputation.
Sold her a real piece of crap.
Well, she likes it. Say it's an OG, so whatever. She's going to give me 4 coins for it. And my Book of Fates are going to move 1. And that's it.
Well, that is just disappointing.
You notice how his accent keeps changing every time. It's because he's actually a fraud. The Wandmaker is. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
I was going to sell to her. I was going to lure her in and...
No. You snooze, you lose.
But
Grandpa?
now... So here's the thing, is I would also like to maybe gain another wand card to my hand. But since I have 5 coins left, so I could buy 1 more card if I wanted to. However, unlike the Apprentice, the Wandmaker has to move to a new action space each turn. And so I can't do this action again, which is to draw another card. I have to go to a different space. Now for the Apprentice, they can actually stay at the same space for consecutive turns. And so that's just one thing to note as a difference between the two. And since I can't do that, I am instead going to go over here and I'm going to attract a customer. And so I think I'm actually going to bring in to my shop. So when I attract a customer, I can take one customer card from the street and move it into an empty space in my shop. If my shop happened to be full, I could replace one customer in the shop with somebody in the street. And I think I'm going to take this person in here.
That's interesting.
And see what happens with that.
That's very interesting.
And Mackley.
Just for that, we're going to lure her right back out. Just kidding. I don't want to do that. We're luring her out. These guys. And you know what? We're going to put them on spot number 4 right here for no particular reason at all.
Excellent choice. However, let's see. I think I want that person as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my second attract a customer space and I'm going to try to get this person back into my shop. And so since she just lured this person out of the shop and I'm trying to get them to come back in, this is going to trigger what's called a contest of favor. And so what's going to happen is we are going to take the customer, they're going to go wherever, over to the side somewhere. And then Zoe and I are both going to show them a single wand from our hand, or if I happen to have any wands out in the case, I could choose one of those as well. And very simply, they are going to be looking for the more powerful wand and go with the person who gives them the more powerful wand. And so
for free.
For free, yep. And so a couple things to take into account here are if you have a trait that matches the trait of the customer on your wand, it'll give you +1 power for this transaction. And then also you'll want to take a look at, make sure that you're taking into account the cauldron and any reputation cards that you may play.
And the Wandmaker can choose to use a card that's out here or in his hand. It doesn't have to be crafted in order for him to show it.
Yep. And so the tough thing about this is obviously you might want to use your most powerful card, but one thing to think about with this is you still want to match a trait that makes sense for you to this customer. And so if you grab them with your most powerful wand and it's not a trait that matches, or it's not a trait that you want to match, then it's just something to think about. But I think I'm gonna do this one, and then on the count of 3, we're gonna reveal 1, 2, 3, and take a look at what we got here. So the Thunder Forge.
I was really hoping you weren't gonna do that.
Is a 9 versus a power
shadow
of 2.
coin.
And so that is definitely gonna go to me. None of our traits match, so we're not going to get +1 power on any of those. And then
I think you were a little excessive. 9?
I'm just going for
excessive.
Shock value.
Desperate much?
Yes, and so I'll go ahead and collect this person. We'll do all the same stuff as usual with them. So we'll move the Book of Fates 2. I'll get 3 coins. And I'm going to take a look. And so I had 5 extra power on that, so I'll move my reputation up to the top. And then before the end of my turn, I think I'm going to spend another 2 reputation to draw another reputation card. And since that was on my turn, it'll go back to her. Now, if she would have won that contest of favor, then she would have taken the customer, and then it would have since that was on my turn, it would have gone back to her turn anyway.
So because my last 2 options are either to lure her out into the street, which I assume Casey's just going to go ahead and do another war, and I have 1 card in my hand. Sorry, not war. It's a contest of fates. We're very civilized here. Fate. Favor. He knows what card I have and that it's really weak, and so I'm not even going to bother with trying to bring her back out because I know I'm going to screw myself. So I'm going to do the next best thing, which is lure her to a new spot, because obviously I can't sell to her right now with the magical authorities there. So I'm going to spend 1 dice, and we're going to lure her one adjacent spot over. And that's actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to spend, is it 1 reputation for this?
2.
That's it.
You want to get a reputation card?
No.
No, of course not. Okay.
Well, we're really hurting over here for reputation.
Excellent.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
You know, there once was a time when we were at the top of the reputation track.
Ah, yes.
Like 2 turns ago.
That's classic Apprentice for you. We're going to go here, and I'm actually going to spend another 5 coins to draw another wand card. Back to you.
I'm going to go back here and buy some more persuasion since we're completely out. Spend 5 coins. Roll 4 dice. Back to you.
Excellent. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm crafting both of these wands, and I'm going to use this this wand tip while I'm crafting these, which is going to give me -2 stardust total between the wands that I'm crafting currently. And so that's going to take the discount off of the one here and the one here. And so for the total, I'm going to spend 2 wood, 3 gems. I don't have 3 gems.
And you don't want to use your elder root right now because...
No, because, yeah, so I don't want to use my elder root. That's basically a wild resource, so I could move that up to 3 and have 3 extra wild resources, but that's also going to trigger replacing all of the customers left in my shop. And so since I actually want this customer, I'm not going to do that right now. So instead, what I'm going to do is I am going to use this tip instead. And that's going to allow me to move the ladle 1 in my cauldron, which is going to give me 1 extra resource, which I will do to the gem. And then I'll go ahead and spend everything I need to spend. So we'll start with this card up here, which is 1 of everything. And the second one is 1 wood, 2 gems, no dragon, and boom. Perfect. All right, good to go.
That was awfully lucky, wouldn't you say?
Indeed.
Interesting. All right, so I'm going to go try to sell to Grandma over here. And she's looking for a wand with a power of 5, but it's her unlucky day because I do not have one. I have a 2, though. The Shadow Coin, once again. And it does match a trait on her, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and show, let's see, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. We're desperate to get our reputation up before the end of the round because it does have an effect on what happens at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and show all 4 of these so that I can get 3 reputation. And then we're going to go ahead and roll the dice. So that's a 2, which I have. I was trying to set up the Book of Fates, as you can see over here, that she's in space 6, and I wanted 7 points. My first dice was a 2. My second one, unfortunately, I could not make it a 3. I didn't have a 3, so I was 1 away from getting my Book of Fates. It was so close, but it didn't happen. And so she is going to come with me, though, which is really nice. I knew somebody would want the Shadow Coin. And so here's why I wanted more reputation, too, because she wanted a 5 and I have a 2, is I'm going to lose 3 reputation for that, which stings. But she's also going to give me 5 coins. And the Book of Fates is actually not going to move because it's got a 0 on there. So that's my turn.
Excellent. All right. So I have a couple of things. So here's what's going to happen is once I go and sell to this customer, take her off of the board, that's going to be all of the customers, which is going to trigger the end of the first phase, the customer phase, and we'll move on to the scoring phase of the round. But there's a couple things I wanted to do before I grabbed her. However, if I don't sell to her this turn, then that gives the Apprentice an opportunity to sell to her. And so...
Do that.
Well, So I better go while I can, and I'll sell a wand. And I'm actually going to sell the Phoenix to her. And so that's going to be a wash on the power since it's 5 and 5. And then it's going to move the Book of Fates 2 each, and I'll get 3 more coins. Okay. And then that is going to do it for this phase. So that's the first round customer phase. So we'll move on to the first round scoring phase. All right, so to start the scoring phase, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the customers that we acquired over the course of the first customer phase, and we're going to put them into different columns. And so if you look at your reference card, this will be a good way to figure out how you want to build your columns. And so if we look at the reference card quick, we're going to do 3 things for each column that we build. And the first thing we're going to do, well, this isn't in any particular order, but one thing we're going to do is score customer in that column, and then we'll be able to activate one ability from one customer in that column. And then if we didn't score or use the ability of any of the customers in that column, we can save them for the next and final round. And so, taking a look at the customers that I have here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this customer over here. And what I'm doing is I'm basically just trying to match up as many traits as I can in a single column, because you'll gain more points. You'll be able to score customers with higher points on their card if you have more traits that match in that column. And so I think I'm going to arrange my people like this.
I've got a lot of cunning customers with the triangle symbol. And so let's see. The maximum number of symbols or traits in a column that you can have is 6+ to score 2 customers in that column. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cunning green triangles. So I'm going to go ahead and...
So yeah, you really only need 6 in a single column.
Yep.
To max it out.
Fingers under here. Yeah, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the max for that column right there. So I'm left with these guys right here.
So what we're looking at here is
I'm in big trouble.
So some of the customers have super special abilities. And so those ones have special icons beneath where it says their point value, which is up in the left-hand corner. And so if you look at 2 of the customers that I have, they have a crystal ball under that point value. So this guy and this girl. And so what happens is if I were to use the ability from this customer, then she can't use any abilities with a customer that has that same matching icon.
Which I just so happen to have, so...
Yep. And so another thing is you'll kind of want to pay attention to what your opponent has as far as these extra special abilities go, because they affect all the players. And so one of the ones on my side is that cunning or the triangle customers cannot be scored for the rest of the round. And so that wouldn't be a big deal for her if she was able to go first during this scoring phase. Since I'm going to be able to score one column first, she knows that she's going to have trouble scoring customers with
trouble is a very nice way of putting it.
Yes, with the green triangle. And so she's trying to set up accordingly. But we'll see what she does when we get there. And so she knows that I'm going to be able to go first because I have the higher reputation. Player with the highest reputation is going to be the first one to score a column.
Now here's a skinny. I'm going to take her and I'm going to save her for the next round because she's got a lot of points and she's got a green triangle. And I'm also going to save this lady because she's got the next amount of points tied with him. And she's got the green triangles. So I'm going to save both of those 2 and not score them or use their abilities this round.
So they're in their own column, even though they're...
It's a little cramped over here with our little table.
That over a little bit, for visuals.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So those guys are by themselves.
All right. So it looks like we have our columns built for the scoring phase. So once that's done, we're going to take a look at who has the higher reputation, which currently is me. And so I'm going to go ahead and start by scoring one of the columns that I've built.
I wonder which one he's going to choose.
I will start by scoring this column. And so I'm going to pick one trait from this column, which I'm going to pick the blue circle, which is the kind trait. And since I have 4 of those in this column, I'm going to be able to score for 4 to 5 traits that match. I'm going to score the customer with the highest point value, which within this column is going to be this customer for 5 points. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look here, and I can activate the ability of one customer in this column. So here's the thing, is that I scored this person. I would love to use the ability on this card, which is all players gain 2 coins. Because if I did that, then I wouldn't have scored this customer or used their ability, which means I could save them for the next round. And I think it's pretty beneficial to save people for the next round, just so that you can max out how many customers you have. But
he's just teasing me.
Since I really don't want her to score some of her stuff this time around, I'm going to use the ability on this customer, which is that the cunning customers cannot be scored for the rest of the round. That's going to affect everybody. And so since I did that, I won't be able to save anybody from this column. So it'll go to her to score one of her columns.
You can't see it, but he's got a really smug look on his face right now. He's got a little smirk going, and it's making the apprentice a little upset. The best thing that I can do at this point is to save my cunning customers, as many cunning customers as I can till next round, and hope that he doesn't do something similar.
Now, that's not to say she could still use the ability.
I could still use the ability, but because I have, I really maxed it out with the cunning customers this round, so I'm going to go ahead and save them because I really want to get all those points, especially because she got 6 points. So we're going to go ahead and save.
So which column are you scoring?
Yes. Well, I'm just walking them through. So these 3 I'm saving. These are 3 separate columns. I'm just out of space over here. So these 2 are in their own columns as well.
So everybody is in their own
Everybody is in their own column,
Okay.
And that's not how I wanted it to be, but he has left me with no choice.
And so, just so as a note, before we start scoring columns, you can't change your columns after we have started scoring each column. But I think she just wanted to kind of explain through some things, so.
Anyways, I am going to activate this column first, which is this guy right here. He's got 2 cunning symbols, so I can't score him, but I still can use his ability, which is draw a card, and that is a wand card. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a wand card that I can use next round.
All right, then it goes back to me. I'm going to score my column over here. I'm going to choose the Sinister trait, or the purple swirl, and I have 3 of those matching in this column. And so for 3 matching traits, I'm going to score the customer with the lowest point value, which is going to be this customer for 4 points. 2, 3, 4. And then, let's see, I'm going to activate one ability. And so I can't activate this one because it has the crystal ball, and we already activated one customer with a crystal ball this phase. And so I'm going to activate this one, which is pay 2 coins to gain 3 reputation. I'm going to go ahead and do that. 2 coins, put my reputation at the top. Once you get to the top, you can't gain any extra. And then since I didn't score this customer or use his ability, I'm going to save him for the next round.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this column right here. And there's no matching symbols or anything. And if we take a look at our scoring phase card right here, 1 through 2 of the same matching symbol is score the column for 1 point. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1 point for Klaus here, my boy. Just going to take that 7. And I'm going to activate his ability, which is gain 2 coins or 1 reputation. And we're going to take that rep because that's why we got in trouble in the first place.
Very nice. Back to me. Since I don't have any columns left to score, I'm going to score my end of round bonus, which is the one that I built or crafted throughout the first phase. And so let's go ahead and take a closer look at what my end of round bonus is. And so I'm going to look at the top of each round piece. I'll kind of separate them here. And so taking a look at this, at the top we can see there's 2 points. So I'm going to get 2 points. Looking at the middle piece, 2 points times 2 if only one customer column has, and then down on the base you're going to see the traits that correlate to what this definition is. So for this base, we have the kind trait and the opulent trait. And so it has to be either or. And so in total, this end of round bonus is 2 points times 2 if only one customer column has the blue circle or the star. And so since I only have one customer column with the blue circle and or the star, there's no star, no blue circle in this column. I did this correctly for my end of round bonus, and so I'm going to gain 2 points times 2, which is 4 extra points.
We're saving all 3 of these guys. So that marks the end of my customer phase.
Yep, so you're not going to score any of those columns or...
We're saving them all.
Now yeah, that's right.
Okay. Saving them all. Not going to activate their abilities and not going to score them because I can't. And I want to take them into the next round. Perfect. I think it's going to be a big time for me.
Mm-hmm. So now that we're done with the first round, we're going to go ahead and clean up some stuff and get ready for the second and final round. And so all the customer cards will go in a discard pile.
Gonna discard any wands that you sold to those customers that you scored, just in your little discard on your player mat. The dice for the Apprentice do not get reset. Only the 2 of the reserve dice are going to get reset. Otherwise, I got to go buy the rest of them.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and start putting more customers out onto the board, starting with 1, going around the board numerically.
And we're also going to roll the Magical Authority. She's going to move again. And I got really lucky last round and she didn't catch me, but that could change. We'll see.
So she is going to start.
She really likes Grandma. She was on Grandma's spot last time too.
Got a lot of grandmas out here actually this time around, but
oh my god,
that's okay.
There's 4 grandmas.
That's okay.
Placeholder artwork, everybody.
Yep, and then
oh my god, we actually have the original. Look at her. She doesn't have the placeholder art. This is OG Grandma right here.
You love to see it. And then so I'm going to leave this wand that I already put in the case is going to stay out, and then any wand cards that we had in our hand we're going to get to keep for the next round. Same with any reputation cards. We're each going to draw 3 more cards. And then, just as a side note too, with the wand that you built for the end of round bonus for the first round, you can put it aside or you can keep it out. I like to just kind of keep mine out. It's not going to count for anything for the second round. You're going to build a new wand for the second round. And that's just an FYI.
FYI.
That's right.
Now I get to go first because I
Say it.
am behind and have the lowest reputation.
Excellent.
Feels bad. All right, so first and foremost, by the way, we didn't mention this, we just remembered. These are going to go back to your player boards or back off the board at the start of the next round. That way you can move to wherever. Doesn't matter as much for the Apprentice since he can stay at the same spot multiple times, but it does matter for the Wandmaker. You've got a clean slate for when you're moving around for the first turn. Second round. So, I'm going to take a look at my wands here and see what I got. And I'm also going to take a look at my Book of Fates and see kind of what we're working with there. So, you know, we're feeling a little crazy right now. So we're actually just going to go out with no dice. and we're gonna try to sell.
Wow.
We're gonna try to sell something because we're upset that we lost last round pretty badly. So we're gonna go over to this cutie and try to sell to her. And I've got the Silent Read, which is not placeholder artwork, so it's the original. So I think she's gonna really like it. And we're gonna not show any dice. And so what that means is that I still have a chance of getting it because this wand gives me a 1, a free 1, and then if you roll a 6, it's an automatic win.
2 out of 6.
2 out of 6. I don't love those odds.
33%.
I don't love those odds, but we're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
Nobody saw that coming. No. So what happens is she's gonna get suspicious of me. The magical authorities are gonna move. They're not gonna come right to me, but we're gonna roll the dice and see where they go, and hopefully.
And the Wandmaker gets to roll.
Yeah, the
dice.
Wandmaker gets to roll.
We're
the
gonna
dice.
put one of these suspicious tokens.
She's suspicious, so go ahead and roll that.
Rolled a 5, so I had a 1 in 6 chance of going to her spot and catching the Apprentice, but we're gonna go to 5 instead.
So what's going to happen is if I try to sell to her again and I fail again, then we're going to put another one of those red tokens on her. She's going to get really upset and she's going to immediately call over the magical authorities, which are just going to hop over, no dice rolling required, and they're going to really screw me over and I'm going to get sent back here. All these things will happen. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Might have to take one for the team and show, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyways, I got screwed.
Excellent. Oh, you love it. Let's see. For my first turn, I think I don't have a ton of coins. So I need more coins to get more resources, or
Don't know what that's like. Balance of coins.
Yes, indeed.
Old man.
But you're lucky I don't just call the magical authorities right now.
Do it. I dare you. She can't find me.
I'm gonna waste my time on such frivolous activity.
It's nice to know you're thinking about us. We look in your window.
We're gonna go over here, and we're gonna discard a card for 3 coins. I'm gonna discard this one, and that's gonna go in the So I can discard a reputation card as well from my hand to gain 3 extra coins, and that's gonna be my turn.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my fireworks token, and that is right out here on the main board. So I'm gonna scooch him right over here. It says replace all customers left outside the shop. Everybody's still here. I don't like what I got out here compared to what's in my hand right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and we're getting rid of everybody. Goodbye, Grandma.
Ooh-wee.
Sorry. And she's gone too, which means she can't get mad at me again, which is nice.
All right. I'm gonna fill them up the same way.
Yep.
And it's just going to replace the people that were currently out. So if anybody had been taken off the board already, their spot wouldn't get refilled.
Yep.
But since everybody was out.
All right. And so because all 6 of these people were replaced, I get 6 coins. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 6 coins. And that just goes based off of how many people were placed out here.
As they're running away from the fireworks, they're dropping their coins.
That's right. And that's a free action, so I can actually go ahead and do something else. So let's go ahead and take a look at my cards here. And I'm actually going to go back and get some persuasion because I'm not feeling too hot about what happened last time. So I'm going to spend 5 coins, and I'm going to get 4 more dice. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to go...
By the way, the fireworks and
the elder
root are a one-time per round thing. So now that the fireworks are gone, I can't do that again.
Yep. Let's see. And I'm going to go spend 5 coins to get 4 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back to you.
Okay. So now that we've got some persuasion to work with here, we're going to go try to sell something to somebody. So, we could use with a little reputation, I say. So we're going to go up here and attempt to sell to her. And I've got just what she's looking for, which is the Burnt Curse. And let's see, she wants a wand of 3 power. This is 5 power, so we can get some rep going. And I'm going to show 3 dice. I get 1 reputation for that. And that's going to give me 1, 4, or 2, or 6, what I can roll. So the odds are pretty good, but we'll see. 4, which I do have, so she's coming with me. She gets the Burnt Curse. She's going to give me 2 coins. I'm going to move the Book of Fates 1, and because she wanted a 3 and I gave her a 5, I'm going to get 2 reputation, and it is back to you.
All right. Let's see. I am going to... All right, so I actually am going to go ahead and replace everybody in my shop, which is going to move my elder root out of the jar, and it's going to start on 3, just like all the other ingredients started at the beginning of the game. And so that's going to replace these 3 folks. Perfect. Okay, that's better. And then what I'm going to do after that is I'm actually going to go over here, and I think I'm going to call the magical authorities.
I'm sorry?
And so what I'm hoping to do here is I'm going to roll the magical authorities die, and I'm hoping to roll a 3 to call them over here.
You guys remember what he did to me at the end of the last round?
Here we go!
Oh my god!
And since I rolled a 3, wee woo, wee woo. So what happens is she's going to go to this spot. He's going to get sent back to his alleyway, losing 2 reputation, 2 coins, and a lot of pride, let me just say.
Pride was already in the gutter.
Back to you. Yep.
Oh.
She's back.
I'm back. All right. Well, that was embarrassing. Didn't even see it coming. Thought you didn't want to waste your time with the likes of me.
Changed my mind.
Aren't you just a little too timing, conniving little...
Mm.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to zoop on over here. So you know what? I'm glad she moved. Thank you. Because I wanted to go to them. We got a silent read for them. And I think they're going to like it a lot. Matches the traits. And they're only looking for a 1. And this is a power 2. So that's awesome. I have only 1 die though. And this gives me a 1. So I'm going to actually... I'm going to use a persuasion to bring this 2 out here to give myself a better chance. And I'll show 2 die and roll the die. Woo!
Nice.
Which is a 2, and I have a 2. So these 2 are going to go down here. They're coming with me. And they're going to give me 2 coins. Going to move the Book of Fates 2, and because this has a power of 2 and they only wanted a 1, this is going to go up 1. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get a reputation card while I'm at it. Pop, pop.
I'm going to go and sell the wand that I have in my case here, the Frosted Hot, to this spooky lady in here. And so that's going to be 5 for a 5. Move the fates 1, and I'll get 3 coins. Okay.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have plenty of coins right now, so I'm gonna not be crazy about it and go back and get some persuasion. I'm not gonna try to do anything crazy. So I'm just gonna do that.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go and get some more ingredients. I'm gonna spend the 5 coins that I have.
Yeah, it's over you guys spend your coins.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
Indeed. To get 4 more resources, let me take a look at what I need here. And while I'm gaining these resources, just as a note, you can't, the Elder Root can only move down in quantity. You can't just give yourself unlimited wild resources.
Once it's gone, it's gone. I'm going to move here to play a card. And I'm going to play this reputation card, and it says, replace a customer outside the shop. So we're going to get rid of my boy Klaus here and bring her out.
Okay. Then, let's see, what am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do is go, so I'm going to stir the cauldron. And so what's going to happen here is I'm going to take my ladle token and the bubble token, and I'm going to move them both 1 simultaneously within the cauldron. And so I'm going to gain 1 reputation for moving the ladle, but nothing crazy. That's all I'm going to do for my turn.
Excellent. We're gonna go here to sell to this girl, and just to kind of give insight to what I'm doing right now is I have plenty of customers right now, so I'm kind of just working on getting my reputation up so that I can hopefully maybe go first. And so she's only looking for a wand of 1, and so I'm going to show her this wand of 5, which is an original Darkthorn Lash. And let's see, we're going to show her all 4 because we're trying to get that rep up. So that's going to give me 1, 2, 3 reputation and give me the highest chance. So I have to roll a 1, 2, 3, or 6. Woo! And that's the 6. So that's just a freebie. Doesn't matter what I had. So these are all going to go down. And she's going to take this.
Should have just showed 1 dice then.
Should have just showed 1 dice, but hey, didn't know I was going to be so lucky. That's going to get me 4 reputation because she was only looking for 1. That's going to get me all the way to the top. So that's awesome. And let's see, she's going to give me 2 coins and move the Book of Fates 1. Back to you.
Okay, we're going to go craft some wands. And so, big turn coming. I'm going to start by crafting this one, the Aurora. And I'm going to choose this wand tip while I'm crafting this card, which is going to give me 2 extra, or a 2 discount on the Stardust. And so this one's only going to cost 3 wood, 1, 2, 3, and 2 gems, 1, 2. And then the Stardust is free, thanks to my wand piece. And then the next wand card I want to play, craft. Let's do this one, which is gonna be very costly, but
sheesh.
I'm gonna pick this one here. And so with this wand piece, it's gonna let me move the ladle token 1. And so I'll go ahead and move it over 1 trait and gain 1 additional ingredient immediately. And so I'm gonna use that on wood. And actually, I'm gonna do it on dragon bone. And so spending what I need here, that's 2 wood, 1, and then I'm gonna use my elder root for 2. 2 gems, 1, 2. 3 dragon bone, 1, 2, 3, and 1 stardust. Perfect. And then I'd love to play one more card, one more wand card. I'm just seeing if I have enough stuff. 1, 2. Okay. And it looks like I'm going to be 1 short of what I need. So we're just going to start there with those 2 wands in the case, and back to you.
We are going to go back and get some persuasion. It's 5 coins.
Okay.
And now I'm running low on coins.
Well, I am going to attract a customer, and so I'm going to move this customer into my shop.
You really wanted to do that, huh?
You want him? Come and get him.
You don't scare me. But I'll let you off easy. I won't. I won't do it. I won't do it.
You can try.
I don't even want to. I don't even want her anymore. I'm going to discard a card to get 3 coins. And then I'm going to spend 2 rep to get a reputation card.
You know what? I'm going to spend 2 rep to get a reputation card.
Copycat.
That's not a bad idea, I think.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
And then
He acts like he doesn't hear me, but he does.
I'm going to go play a card, which means that so some of these reputation cards for the Wandmaker are special because you can attach them to customers as sort of a deterrent for the Apprentice to kind of save that customer for yourself. So I'm going to just attach this card to this customer. I'll leave a little out of the bottom so you know it's there. And back to you.
He's really playing hardball. Huh. Okay, let's see. I'm actually going to stay... I can't stay here, can I, on my player board? Okay. All right. I'm going to actually stay right here, and I'm going to draw a card for 5 schmeckles.
Okay. Then I'm going to spend 2 more reputation to get another one of these. Okay. And then we are going to go... Okay, so check this out. I'm going to go stir the cauldron again. And so when you have wand cards out in your wand case, and then you go to stir the cauldron, you can actually choose... What you will do is you'll choose one of the cards that you have out and stir the cauldron according to the icons that are on each wand card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of these 2, and I think I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to move the tokens in the order shown on the wand card. So we're going to move the ladle 1 to start, which is going to move up here, and I'll gain 1 reputation and 1 resource. And then we'll move the bubble 1, which is going to go over the token, over the ladle token into the next trait, and move the ladle 1 more time. We're just going to bounce over that to the next trait to gain 1 more rep and 1 more ingredient. Wood. All right. wish you would.
Let's see. Right out back where you were before, I think.
I don't think so. Ah!
Stupid.
Contest a favor. You already got yours, huh?
I sure do.
Okay. Well,
I'll still give you a chance to back out if you want to.
I don't think so. Because I'm going to play this reputation card. And so some reputation cards have a little banner that says charm at the top of it. And so what that means is that I can play this reputation card at any time, even on my opponent's turn. And it doesn't cost an action. So playing this card, it just says that I get +1 power to all my wands for the rest of this turn. And so that's going to be useful. And I'm going to choose this one as well. And go ahead and show. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the trait icons. Since we both have a wand that matches the trait on the customer card, we each get +1. So mine's going to be 8 and hers is going to be 10. I get an extra one because of my reputation card, so that goes up to 9. And then, since I have the ladle token on the trait of this wand in my cauldron, that's going to give me 1 extra power there, up to 10. And alas, since they are both 10, neither of us get the customer. Customer gets discarded. And we both get our wand cards back. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be worse for me than for you as far as having 1 less customer, since you already have quite a few saved. But, yep, so since both of the wands had the same power, they were both at 10, we'll discard the customer. We both take our wands back, and it'll go to the next turn. Since that was on my turn, I was the last person to attract that customer. We'll go back to the apprentice. And sorry, since this wand was already out, it's going to go back to the case.
Very good. Okay, let's see. All right, we're going to go there. We're going to try to get her.
The first thing that's going to happen if she wants to try to sell this customer is we're going to flip the card that I attached to the customer and see what happens. And so we're going to resolve the ability on this card, which says the apprentice must be using at least 1 persuasion dice with a 4 on it. And so once she sees it, she does still have to complete the rest of this attempt. And so we'll take a look at her persuasion dice. And as we can see, there is no 4. There's a 1, a 2, 3, and 2. And so this is going to end up failing, but she can choose still how many persuasion dice she wants to use. And we'll see what happens from there. And that's not going to do it, I'm afraid. So
I would have got it.
So
I would have got it.
But she wasn't using a 4,
it.
unfortunately.
Y'all see it? See that one?
So she gets suspicious. It's going to get discarded.
That's fine. We're not scared. Yep.
My
he needs
pinkies.
help. He needs help with everything. He calls himself
You know what?
the master.
And then the magical authorities is coming for you, but they're actually going over here to block out this person.
That's fine.
It's fine by me.
Whatever.
And I am going to track. Interesting. Ooh. Okay.
Why don't you mind your own customers in your shop?
No can do. I'm actually gonna go here and I'm gonna use player reputation card, and I'm actually going to get this out of your way here. Replace somebody in the shop. So I'm gonna take him out, put somebody else in. Back to you.
We're going to try to sell to her again.
Oh, yes. Or maybe not.
Yeah, what do you...
Hope
He's
you
so
roll a
happy for
4.
my success, you see. He wants me to succeed, secretly. As I was saying my last term.
You were my brother, Anakin.
The Black Maw. We're going to show... She only going to give me 3 coins, huh? A cheapskate. I'm giving her the biggest, baddest wand I got. We're going to show 3 dice. So I have to roll 1, 2, 3, or 6. Please. Haha, sucker! She's come with me, and she's not suspicious anymore because she saw what I had in my pocket and she really liked it.
Interesting.
The Black Maw.
That is
So
some-
she only was looking for a 6, and this was a 9. So that means I'm gonna get 3 reputation points, which I only knew 1. So that's awesome. She's gonna give me 3 coins. Oh.
I am going to. We better go and sell some wands here. Get this. Before I do that, though, I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 3 of these. Oh, beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna go sell some wands. So I'm gonna sell this one to her. I'm just gonna move the fates 2 and give me 6 reputation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll sell this one. Take my 2 coins. Sell this one to her. And that's gonna move it 2 again. Give me another 6, and I'll gain 4 coins. Just take a 5. Okay.
I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna play a card, which is this right here, which lets me add the kind trait to a customer. So I'm going to add it to these guys right here, I think. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna go craft a wand. Actually, I am, instead of doing that, I'm gonna actually go here and draw a card. Oh, geez.
Making him sweat.
Yeah. Problem is, if I draw a card, then I can either use this 5 coins on resources, on extra ingredients, or for drawing a card at this point. And so if I draw a card, I might not have enough resources to play it.
Wouldn't that be a shame? You've got plenty of cards to discard, though. You've got 3 reputation cards. You're telling me you need all 3 of those?
I might. Okay, so instead we'll go to make a wand. And we're going to craft this guy. We're going to grab this base.
I just want to point out that this wand is called Tech, and you're wearing a Tech shirt from Star Wars.
That's what I'm talking about. And so that's going to give me 1 discount on the wood. So this one's only going to cost 2 dragon bone and 1 stardust. And it's going to have 1 extra power as well.
I will be ending my customer phase.
Okay. So once one player ends their customer phase, the opposite player will immediately gain half of the remaining customers out on the board rounded up. So since there's only 1, I'm going to gain this customer as long as I have a wand to pair with them, which is going to be this. And that's going to give me 2 rep.
The reason I ended my customer phase is because I'm out of wand cards and I only have 4 coins, so I can't afford to draw another one for 5 coins.
And that's going to give me 4 coins. Let's see. Reps, a little bit of reputation, move the face 1. And then I'm going to have 1 more turn after she ends her customer phase to do something. And so I'm going to use that to go play a card, and I'm going to play this reputation card, which is going to allow me to add a trait to one of my customers. And so I'm going to add the green triangle to this customer, and that is going to do it for my customer phase as well. So we'll go ahead and move on to the final scoring phase, and we'll start by arranging our columns just like we did last time. And so let's see. All right, I think I am set.
I'm also set.
Okay. So next we're going to take a look at reputation. It looks like we are both at the top, which means the next thing that you look at is it's going to go to the person with the least amount of customers, which I got 5.
7.
And so I'm going to start again. And I'm going to start by scoring this column first, which is I'm going to score the sinister trait, which I have 4 matching in this column. So that's going to score the customer with the highest amount of points, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and do his, well, hold on. Steal 3 coins from an opponent. Ooh. Let's see, you got any bad? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use his ability just because I don't want her to use any of her crystal ball abilities. Even though this would probably give me more points in the end, this is going to probably help me out. So, and his ability is rude customers cannot be scored for the rest of the round, which she doesn't have really too many of, but it's more for just making sure that she doesn't use an ability that's going to screw me over. And then that's going to be it. She's going to score calm.
I'm going to do this column first. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cunning symbols here. And so that's going to get me the maximum number of points, which is scoring 2 customers in this column. So I'm going to score her and her. So that's going to immediately get me 10 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then let's see, I'm gonna do the only one I can activate, which is gain 1 point per cunning customer in this column.
Dang,
which is 3.
The best one anyway.
1, 2, 3.
Nicely done.
This one would have been that all other cunning customers gain 2 to their point value this round. So it would have been close.
I will next score this column, which is going to get me, so I have 3 matching green icons in this one, which is going to score the customer with the lowest points for 3 points. 1, 2, and once you get to the top of 20, you're going to start back over at 1.
Can you do that last part again?
Yeah.
So I can get the 20.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'm going to move this up 3, so 1, 2, and once you get to the top, you're going to start back at 1, and you're going to move the cat token, your cat token on the board from 0 points over to where it says plus 20 points. So that's just how you're going to keep track of your points when you get more than 20. And so if I get more than 40 points, then I'll move my cat to this spot on the board.
You might be wondering where you've seen these cats before. And if you rewind to the beginning of the video, you will see Mia and Winnie, who are these cats. So there's a fun little something for you. I'm going to score this column next, which has 3 sinister trait symbols. So 3 is score the customer with the lowest number, which is unfortunately 3 instead of 6, but that's okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'll move my kitty cat to right down there. All right. I'm going to pay 2 coins. I'm going to activate her ability to pay 2 coins and choose an opponent to lose 2 points.
Wow.
Sucker.
Oh my
Take
gosh,
that.
you're going to make my cat move backwards. That's so rude. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and score this column next. And what's interesting about this one is I activated this ability, which says that you cannot score rude customers. And since this is a rude customer with the red crisscross,
no.
I can't score them. However, I will do their ability, which says gain 1 point per red crisscross customer in this column, which is just 1, unfortunately. So that's just going to give
That's what you would have got anyways.
Yeah, that's what I got anyway. So I would have gotten 2 total.
Yeah,
Could have scored it. So that's all I get for that one.
Consequences of your own actions.
Well, you know how it is.
All right, next I'm going to do this column right here, which has 3 of the kind symbol, kind trait. So that's 3. Score the customer with the lowest number of points, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. And this one is gain 1 rep or 2 coins. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 coins.
All right, I'll score this column for 1 point. Just can move my cat back up here. And their ability is all players gain 2 rep.
Thank you. I cannot score her because she has the rude trait. However, I am going to activate her ability. Get a load of this.
Oh my
Pay 2
Lord.
coins and then choose an opponent to lose 2 points.
Wow.
Move your cat back.
Unbelievable.
This is the first time this has happened.
This is incredible. Well, that was rude. But I got one more thing.
She is rude.
Yes, I got one more thing to score here, which is my end of round bonus. So let's take a look at this. I was really hoping to max this out a little bit better. The customers left the field a lot faster than I was expecting them to. So I was hoping to swap out a couple more people. But my bonus is going to be 2 points times 2 per customer that I have with one of these special symbols and either a sinister trait or a cunning trait. And so I was hoping to get a lot more customers with one of these fancy icons. But since I only have the 1 and they do have one of the 2 traits showing on the base, then I'm going to get 2 points times 2. So 4 points total. 2, 3, 4.
That's it for my columns.
Okay. So then the last thing we're going to do in order to tally up the final score is we're going to add all of the reputation that we have remaining plus any coins that we have remaining and then divide that by 5, and that's going to give us our final bonus points. So for me, I've got 10 reputation and 10 coins, so that's 20. Divide by 5, that's 4 extra points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have 12 divided by 2
5.
divided by 5 is 2.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Drop an F in the chat for my boy. Yeah. Again, I get a hoo-yah in the chat for me. Yeah. Suck it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Wandmaker's Apprentice.
Who's the master now?
I have a total score of, of 27 points.
And I have a total score of 28. So.
Yes, hats off to my old apprentice.
Can I get a standing ovation, maybe a bow?
I taught them well.
Let's get a bow. I'll bow for myself.
You want me to bow to you?
I want you to bow to me. I'm the new master.
I see what you're saying. I
Yeah,
apologize. Apologies. I thought you meant like I bow to you.
No.
All right.
I mean, you can do that too if you want. Thanks.
Thanks. GG's.
GG's.
Thanks for watching. Hope you have a blast.
Love you. And put that as a blooper at the end.
No, right after he went to the dark side.